Hey again. Hopefully you've done the warm-ups and now you're just checking your answers. So let's get started. We have our first problem, which is 4x plus 3x. I'm going to screenshot this so we can write on it. Okay, so like before, I'm going to highlight the terms that are the same, so the like terms. If you've got colors at your house, you can underline them, you can highlight them, but make sure you do something to differentiate between what terms are the same and what terms are not. So starting here, I'm going to do 4x because that has an x. The next term, 3x, also has an x. I'm going to highlight the 3x and the sign in front of the 3x to remind myself that that 3x is a positive 3x. So I'm going to be doing 4x plus 3x. When I add those two together, I get 7x. And because there's nothing else in that problem to combine, that's my final answer. All right, moving on to the next problem. I have 2y plus 2y plus 11x. So just starting at the beginning, I'm going to highlight my 2y, and then I'm going to look for any other terms that have a y. And I see next to that there's another 2y, so I'm going to highlight the 2y next to it and the sign in front of the 2y, which is a plus. This reminds me that the 2y, the second one, is positive. So when I'm combining my like terms, I'm doing 2y plus 2 more y's. So altogether, I have 4 y's. All right, now I'm going to highlight what's left in my equation, and that's the 11x. I'm going to highlight the 11x and the sign of it. That tells me that the 11x is positive, so because there's nothing else to combine with the x, 11x, because there's no more x's, I'm just going to add that to the end. So plus 11x. And that's my problem. All right, next we have 5c plus 6 plus 13c plus 8 minus 3. Wow, that's a lot of numbers, but we can work on this one part at a time. I'm going to start as always with the first term in my equation. I have 5c. Now I'm going to look through my equation and see are there any other variables that are c. And I see one here, 13c. So I'm going to highlight the 13c plus the sign in front of it. That tells me that the 13c is a positive 13c. So I have 5c plus 13c. If I add 5 plus 13, I get 18c. All right, my next plan is to look at the next term. So I have a 6 and it's positive. Now, because this 6 does not have any variables after it, it's a constant. I'm going to be looking for other numbers that don't have variables that are also constants that I can combine with the plus 6. So I have a positive 8 and a negative 3 at the end of the problem. So what I'm going to do is off to the side, we have 6 plus 8, and that gives us 14. If it will write 14. All right. So 6 plus 8 is 14. So we've used the 6 and we used the 8. Now we need to do that minus 3. So we're going to take our answer, 14, and we're going to subtract 3 because this is a minus 3. 14 minus 3 is going to give us 11. So we have 18c plus 11. All right, so that's there. I'm going to erase that in case we have anything else we need to write on the side. And going back to the next line, number 4, we have 2h plus 4a plus 7h minus 2a. So starting at the beginning, I have 2h. I'm going to look through my equation and see are there any other terms that have an h. Oh, I see one here, 7h with the plus sign in front telling me that it's a positive 7h. So I have 2 h's and I'm adding 7 more. Altogether, that gives us 9h. Now I'm going to go through with a different color and I'm going to highlight the next term, so that's plus 4a. Are there any other terms in this equation that have an a? Yep, at the end, there's a 2a and it's minus. Oh, yep, I'm still talking. Okay, so we have a positive 4a minus a 2a. So we're going to be doing 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is just 2. So we're going to write 2a. And we're going to add a positive sign in between because that 2 is positive. All right, last one. we have 4y plus 8y plus 6x minus 6x, or 4x minus y. So starting at the beginning with my 4y, I'm going to look through the expression and say, are there any other terms with a y? I see an 8y next to it. It's a positive 8y. And then there's one more at the end, that minus y. Now remember, if there's no number in front of the y, it is a 1. So we have 1y at the end, and it's negative. Okay, so we're going to add those together. So we'll start with this 4y plus 8y. 4y plus 8y gives us 12y. And then we have to combine that with this minus 1y at the end. So 12y minus 1y gives us 11y. All right, so that's all of our y's. Now we'll look at our next term. We have a plus 6x. Are there any other x's in this expression? Nope, there's one right after it with a minus 4x. So we're going to combine those by doing 6x minus 4x. When we do 6 minus 4, we get 2. So we'll do plus 2x. All right, so our final answer for that is 11y plus 2x.